Good morning, New Life. My name is Zhu Li, and I currently attend the House Church Egypt, and my shepherd is Daniel Park, old Daniel Park. Oh, okay. Okay, Daniel and Jennifer have been guiding me towards the right path and have shown humble and loving leadership. They patiently waited and prayed for me to come to House Church for almost a year. And Jennifer always checks up on me to make sure I feel comfortable and informed and gives me advice. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here today. So thank you. Okay. I'm so grateful to be here today, but also very nervous at the same time. I've never spoken in public in front of a large audience before, but I would really like to share my experience as a new believer. I hope my testimony will help to encourage those of you who may have gone through a similar experience. Most of you may not know me very well since I'm new to this church. I am actually a new believer and just got baptized last Sunday. I grew up in a non-religious family, and it took me 45 years to finally walk into church. Why did I take so long to become a believer? I didn't believe in God. I thought that people needed God when they needed someone they could rely on. I didn't need Him. I thought I was strong. I thought I could do everything by myself and on my own. But then I realized that I couldn't. Later, after I left everything and everybody in Korea. I graduated college in Korea in March 2000 and got married in May that same year and moved to America in July. In the beginning, everything was okay, but soon I started to feel homesick, and this feeling lasted for a long time. I don't know how many of you came to America at my age and have been doing well, as it's not easy to adapt to a new environment at the age of 23 unless you speak their language fluently. I had such a hard time adjusting to a new culture and making friends. I felt miserable and lonely, and sometimes I couldn't even sleep very well. I felt alone, but didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have any friends and slowly found myself refusing to go out and make friends. I was getting used to being alone, and I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to go back to Korea so bad. I used to drive down West Summer Road by myself with loud music playing so I could cry. I cried a lot, but still felt the same after. I felt worse. But then sometime in September last year, my husband asked me if I wanted to go to a church family retreat. I was actually a little nervous and scared to meet new people. I hadn't been around that many people since college. Plus, it was a church retreat. I've never been to a church before. But I eventually found the courage to face the fear and took the bold initiative. I made a life-changing decision and decided to go. And the result was amazing. I feel really great. I didn't realize that it was such a good feeling to be around other people. It's so hard to fully describe the feeling, but it felt like I was finally rescued after being kidnapped for a long time. I felt loved, cared for, and relieved. Why didn't I do this earlier? Why did I lock myself in a room and avoid everybody? I regretted it so much. After the fall family retreat, I started to attend a house church and opened up my heart. I started to become eager to read the Bible and learned a lot from the New Testaments, and then my faith came naturally. Soon after, I found myself at the movement as a volunteer. Unfortunately, I missed almost a day and a half because I got really sick on the first day, but I was able to come back to experience what God has prepared for us. When we go through a hardship, it's hard to realize that God is always working for us. It is because as humans, we use our belief based on what we see and not through faith. Having faith during my period of sickness and pain allowed me to find peace in God's presence. He was watching over me the whole time and helped me recover quickly. On the last day, when we were praying all together at the movement, I felt His presence. He was there for me and everyone else in the room. The moment that I saw the light and felt something on my shoulder, I knew immediately that was Him. His presence moved me to tears. My emotions arose and couldn't stop crying. All the painful memories that I had went through my mind, but I was able to deal with it. It didn't bother me anymore. I felt calm and peacefully, finally, after so many years. I wasn't alone the whole time in my life. God has always been right by my side. I've been reading the Bible a lot these days. I'm learning a lot from it. There are so many verses that stand out to me, and the best ones that I like are about God's love. Whenever you feel lonely and depressed, please don't suffer alone. There is no certain cure for loneliness. It's something that you may feel for a period of time before you experience relief. If your feelings of loneliness persist, reach out to people you know and love. Come to house church and talk to your brothers and sisters. Their words may not have a great effect sometimes, but let them wrap their love around you. Know that even though you may feel alone in the present, you have God who loves you deeply and cares about your affliction. There's nothing that separates you from the powerful and everlasting love of God. Even though you may feel alone, God's love for you will always find its way to you. Thank you for listening.